is Annie, and I'm back again with another couple videos this week. And these are like a compilation type things that are going on right now, and it's called New World Order, Madness by Design, and Humanity's Race to the Bottom. Now, I do have to make a correction of some video information that I gave everybody last week. It was wrong. Forgive me, please. I said that Bilderberg was held in the earlier part this past spring, and I didn't know the location. It's an oops, my bad moment, and it was held in Chantilly, Virginia, this past week, July 1st to the 4th, which is very significant dates, considering what other things were going on this week. Okay, and I'm sure I don't have to rehash what's been in the news about Donald Trump attending the G20 summit in Europe. Okay, and I'm sure I don't have to rehash all that, okay, with the protests and everything. Now, what's funny about this is, before I start this, let me first tell you that when Donald Trump was first running, I was really on board with Donald Trump. Okay, in fact, I went part-time on my job to campaign to make sure that he got in there. Okay, but since I've been learning a little bit more about Donald Trump, and I'm not so sure about him anymore, and I think the rest of you really need to look into it for yourselves too. If you are Trump fans and you were, as you know, like I was during the campaign and when he was elected, just thrilled, you know. But the more I learn about this man, the more he scares me even worse, because he caught me off guard. Whereas with Hillary Clinton, I already knew where America stood with her, and it doesn't. Okay, but it doesn't really with Donald Trump either. Donald Trump is a 33rd degree Freemason who's openly gives his allegiance with his hands to this Luciferian order. That AOK sign that he does all the time, that has to do with the Freemasons. And the Freemasons in and of itself is satanic. Okay, and he was also knighted by the Round Table as well. So that means he holds a standing with the Knights Templar. Okay, and the Knights Templar worship is the sun god, which is Lucifer. Okay, so they're all Luciferian orders. And this week, I thought it was really interesting because both Mike Pence and Donald Trump, now mind you, I don't believe that Mike Pence was with him, okay, during this time. But it's kind of funny how they are both wearing the exact same outfit of the black sport jacket, white shirt, and the red tie. Those are all Freemasonic colors, okay, that symbolize, they have occult meanings behind those colors. This is why they wear them. And I'll get to Mike Pence in a minute, but Donald Trump almost was like gloating about the victory that he's achieved with his Freemasonic standing as far as furthering the agenda of the New World Order. The New World Order just has a different face now. I'm sorry to say that for all the people who support Donald Trump. I want to believe the things that he says about immigration and things and the wall. I want to believe all this stuff because we do need this. But we don't need someone who's a Freemason and a 33rd degree bestowed upon honored Freemason. Okay, we don't need this. Okay, and I also noticed it was a little bit funny when First Lady and President were getting off the helicopter. Melania's Okay, this is a typical symbol for Satan. Okay, so, and she had this on her skirt. I kept trying to go back and find a picture of it, but I could not. But that's what she had. And as they were boarding another helicopter to take them to the Polish president, um, the flag was backwards. Okay, and this was not an accident. The flag was backwards, and I read the symbolic meaning of the backwards flag. Okay, and the backwards flag is basically the when it's backwards like that, or backwards on any of the soldiers' uniforms, it means that those soldiers have signed over, maybe don't know it, to a New World Order policing, okay, which is military policing of everybody. They're part of the New World Order now, our United States military, and that backwards flag is symbolic of this. Okay, and now I found out besides Lindsey Graham, okay, and Cern, okay, which is the nuclear research facility located in Switzerland, their main headquarters, although they have outlets all over the United States. I also found out that the former deputy director of the CIA attended Bilderberg. Okay, the CIA, remember, is responsible for a lot of things, like part of it, which is in cooperation with the Department of Transportation, spraying chemtrails. Lisa Monaco, which is a former Department of Homeland Security officer. Okay, David McKay, which is the president and CEO of Canada's Royal Bank. Robert Rubin, which sits on the Council of Foreign Relations, and like I said before, Lindsey Graham, and the director of Cern. Okay, all these people attending this is very important. Okay, and I believe that world government might have been discussed in the G20 summit meeting that they had. Okay, and I think it's just kind of odd that North Korea all of a sudden is going crazy during these Bilderberg meetings, and also this emergency meeting with the United Nations. I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd say that some kind of maybe false flag is going to come as a result of this, possibly. Okay, and now remember that Bohemian Grove this year is due to meet, okay, in July for Camp Fun, okay, which also at Bohemian Grove, if you don't know much about Bohemian Grove, it's basically a satanic time for camp for adult males. Women do not attend this, and they in there they do an invocation to Moloch. Okay, that's one of their festivities, and you know, so that's something to keep in mind. That's also going on this month. And another thing is too is with the things that are happening so quickly with the New World Order agenda. I'm wondering, you know, what's going to become of all this. Okay, and you know, we already know that they're capable of much more than I ever thought that they were doing. Okay, they're actually doing all these things, and media members as well this week were also wearing Freemasonic and Masonic colors in their garments and things. It's almost like to rub it in their face, as if to say, oh good, our New World Order agenda is not losing any ground. In fact, we're making great strides. Okay, now I don't know if anyone knew this, but normally the Masons and the Freemasons are really only open to honoring and allowing Caucasian males to be females and they frown upon minorities. They do. Okay, but there is a sect which I don't think that they take very seriously. So if you're a woman out there and you're thinking about looking into an order of the Masons or the Freemasons, I would discourage you, because what this organization does, or cult does, is try to trick its members into thinking they're worshiping God, Jesus Christ, when they're really not. They do have a Masonic order for women, and it's called the Eastern Star. Okay, and it is an inverted pentagram. And they do claim to worship Jesus Christ when really they're not. Okay, we all know what the Lucifer, the bright morning star, he's also the Eastern Star. It's another way to worship Satan through Lucifer. Okay, and they really don't recognize female members. Okay, the females will probably have to go the route of the Illuminati, if anything. And a couple in Canada also this week. This is really spiraling like way out of control. A couple in Canada also announced this week, I'm sure you guys heard this, that they had a baby, and they don't want this baby to be listed as any sex on the birth certificate. So they're in some type of a battle with the Canadian authorities, because they will not give them the birth certificate unless they list the baby's sex. I mean, duh. Okay, and they said that they want the listing to be U for unknown on the baby's birth certificates. Now, if that's not showing you that we are truly in the last days and that the New World Order agenda is almost at completion, I don't know what does. I mean, I think out of all the things that I've been uncovering so far, I think, though, Pizzagate and Pettigate have been by far the most scary. And I'm not going to say, but also in connection with Donald Trump, everybody might want to think about looking at Mike Pence. Okay, just when you're done watching this video, go to the top of your YouTube bar and type in Mike Pence. Okay, Mike Pence, Freemason. And now there will be a video about him being reptilian, but I don't give it much credence to the reptilian theory. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, it's just demons and it's angels and it's good and evil, and that's it. Okay, maybe demons can parade around like reptiles. Okay, that's possible. But I really just don't believe that there's an alien species that are reptilians, okay? I just don't. There's angels and there's demons. But anyway, so skip past that, and you're going to see something else concerning Mike Pence. I'm not going to say what it is. It's very, very disturbing. Very disturbing. And I thought when Donald Trump picked this man to be his running mate and the, VP-elect, I thought, oh, he's such a sweet family man. What a humble man. That's my first, I would tell everybody, oh, he's such a humble man. Okay, now, after seeing that, it's very frightening, okay? And now, also, speaking of Mike Pence this week, he went to visit NASA. Okay, with all the nuclear threats that we're having right now, why would you be interested in what the space program is doing? It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But there he was, Mike Pence at NASA, and what I'm thinking about is possibly it reminds me of the NASA war document, the depopulation document. Could he have been discussing with NASA about that, about depopulation with NASA this week? Possibly. Okay, and maybe also about this Project Bluebeam. And I think Cern might be helping NASA along with Project Bluebeam. And if you don't know what Project Bluebeam is, I encourage you to look it up. It's Project Bluebeam, and just the way it sounds, look that up. And all this global crisis, and Mike Pence is meeting with NASA. Really? I mean, come on. It doesn't make any sense. And it's just kind of funny that Virginia is not far away from Washington, D.C. And Chantilly, Virginia is where they had Bilderberg. And I'm thinking, a lot of names don't appear on the Bilderberg list, but I think probably Donald Trump might have been attending Bilderberg this week at some point. And I think that they're gearing up for the right major crisis right now. Also, with all this stuff going on, I mean, I think that we really need to look into who we're believing in as far as political figures. Okay, when I found out about the two of these, it really was just very disturbing. I'd like to believe what Donald Trump says, but I'm not really exactly sure about that. All right, the Luciferian agenda is definitely here. Okay, it's definitely taking hold around the world. Okay, something I believe is going to happen soon. And also, on a side note, the Pope's right-hand man recently was arrested for sexual abuse. I believe it to be sexual abuse of children, perhaps. Okay, because this is running rampant. And like I said, of all the things that I've uncovered, Pizzagate and Pedigate by far scare me the most. Okay, because these people are getting nervous now that they're being found out what they've been up to. And probably not just over the last couple years, probably for decades, they've been doing this type of thing. So, be aware. Watch for the Masonic colors, the Masonic handshakes, the Masonic hand signs that they give, the AOK sign, the peace sign, the rock and roll hand sign. Those are all Luciferian hand signs. And these politicians, media people, local media, televangelists, actors and actresses, and also music performers must give this hand sign whenever they have any type of audience, whether the audience is televised or not, because Satan wants worship. And so when they do that, they're worshiping him, and he continues to give them more money and power. Okay, so just, and our president does this all the time. And also, I always wondered why he sat, when he was talking with somebody, with his hands in the form of an inverted triangle, just like the one that he has outside his building. Okay, just like that triangle. That is a Masonic inverted triangle. That's why he sits like that, to let you know that he is a Freemason. Really, the only one, you're always looking for somebody human to look up to. But you know what? Don't look up to anything human, anyone human. Look up to the Lord Jesus Christ. The Lord, I believe, has shown me all these character flaws in these people because, the Lord knew I held them up too high, and he didn't like that. And so he showed me what they really were. And if I were you, I would also never put your allegiance towards anyone here. Only the Lord Jesus Christ deserves that. And he is coming back soon. And so I encourage every one of you, if you haven't said the sinner's prayer, to please say it and get yourself right with God today, because we don't have much time. And with that, thank you for watching this video. Take care.